Hey guys, it's Mr. Jack000 here, back with Automation, the car company Tycoon game, and what you're seeing right now is one of my latest builds called the Dodge Neon SRT-6. This vehicle is a fictional model of what would have been like if Dodge created a powerful version of the Neon with a V6 engine. It's mostly based on the first generation Neon made in 1995 to 1999. The car also has extensive body modifications to make it look sportier and to resemble some of the real-life SRT models that are out there. The body that I've used to make this 6-cylinder Neon is made by a modder named Patario in his 90s blobby American compact car mod file. The link is at the bottom of the description and in the Automation Steam Workshop if you want to download it. It has a lap time of 1 minute 25 seconds 12 milliseconds at the quote-unquote Top Gear test track and 2 minutes 20 seconds 46 milliseconds at the automation track. It has a top speed of 164 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 in 5.82 seconds. This vehicle uses a modified turbocharged version of the Mitsubishi 6G73 engine that produces 282 horsepower and 268.6 foot-pounds of torque. It has a fuel efficiency rating of 16.2 miles per gallon and weighs 2,872.7 pounds or 1,303 kilograms. And for the market, it's somewhat of a weak competitor in the top 4 markets here, such as the sports budget, fun premium, family sport, and pony car markets. In terms of how I made the Neon SRT-6, the panel material we made out of treated steel with a monocoque chassis made out of galvanized steel, with a front transverse engine placement, and the front suspension uses a McPherson strut, and the rear suspension uses a multi-link suspension, and god dang it quality. For the engine, it uses a V60 V6 engine made out of cast iron with the bore set to 83.5 millimeters and the stroke at 76 millimeters, which gets the engine size to 2,497 cubic centimeters, or about 2.5 liters, and it uses a single overhead cam 4 valve made out of aluminum. For the crankshaft, it uses a forged steel crankshaft with lightweight forged cam rods and regular forged pistons. For the compression, it used a normal 8.5:1 ratio with the cam profile set to a 59 and doesn't have VVT whatsoever because these Mitsubishi Cyclone engines didn't have them whatsoever. For the turbocharger, we're using a twin turbo setup with ball bearings with the intercooler set to 446 horsepower, with the compressor size set to 43 millimeters, the turbine at 47.5 millimeters, the air ratio at 0.775, and a max boost at 15 pounds per square inch, or 15 psi simply. For the fuel system, we're using a multi-point EFI of a single configuration with a performance intake running on premium fuel, with the fuel mixer set to a 13.3. Ignition timing bumped up a little bit to a 59, and the RPM limit is set to 7,000 RPM. For the exhaust, our only option is we got a short cast headers because it's a turbocharged engine, but it's a dual exhaust system with the exhaust diameter set to 63.5 millimeters, or about 2.5 inches, and it uses a high-flow 3-way catalytic converter and both straight-through mufflers for the front and back ones. For the drive type, we're using a front-wheel drive setup with a manual 5-speed with the top speed set at 164 miles per hour, even to go to 175, even though it's pretty dangerous for a car like this. A car filled with mesothelioma and every cheap material in this guy. For the tires, we're using Radial Sports compound tires with the tire width set at 205 millimeters for the front and rear tires running on 17-inch alloy rims. For the brakes, we're using vented 3-piston brakes with the brake size set to 315 millimeters, and the rear is also a vented disc, but it's a 1-piston with the size set to 255 millimeters, and the brake pad type dropped it down a little bit to a 38 because of the very high braking forces, particularly for the front and rear brakes. For the inner tray, we're rolling with a downforce under tray with the setting set at a 29, and the brake airflow set quite high to a 50. Because you got to get them brakes cool as quick as possible when you're slamming the brakes going through each corner because you don't want any brake fade whatsoever. So for the interior, no convertible thanks to this new update, and it's a 5-seater with a sport interior and premium CD player. It's got variable hydraulic power steering with traction control and ABS brakes with 1990s standard safety standards. And lastly, for the suspension, we're using progressive springs with semi-active dampers and semi-active sway bars running on a sport preset, with the dampers somewhat softened a little bit. Despite only a few problems in here, such as the dampers being too hard, front brake force being too high, clearance issues, and the engine being full, let's export this to BeamNG.drive and test the vehicle out. So here we are at the map of West Coast USA and taking a brief look at this vehicle. I mean, for a weak impression, not necessarily an attempted replica of a build of the Neon, it seems okay. Like, take a look at the rear of the vehicle. You got your standard brake lights with this center brake light right here with the words Dodge and SRT-6 right here telling you it's a performance model of the Dodge Neon. And we got ourselves a SRT-4 type spoiler right here that goes along the trunk, with some side trim, including a freaking side skirt on here, and looking towards the front of the vehicle. This screams Neon at the top of your lungs. These circular headlights with a couple of indicators right here and a small front grille, but looking below the grille is this here intercooler, a wide-ass intercooler to cool down the turbocharger and the direct air through the engine and everything else in general, including a front lip right here, a front, I guess you could call it a lip, not a front diffuser of the vehicle to improve the aerodynamics of the vehicle. And lastly, for the interior, I showed you this at the beginning with the vehicle showcase in the photo scene mode of automation. So the interior of the vehicle, it sucks that the seat is a little bit off-centered. I just kind of noticed that right now. So if the seats have been centered, this is what you'll be seeing right now. You got the standard issue, basic 2000s dashboard right here. This is the first dashboard mods, not the modular 80s dashboards. With a basic center console with a manual stick shift right here with 5 seats here, 2 right here, and these 3 right here, even though the middle seat is being compromised by the chassis of the vehicle, so let's just ignore that. So no, overall, this vehicle seems okay for a status quo performance car made before the Dodge Neon SRT-4, the more noticeable Neons. So right now, we're going to be doing some basic performance tests with this vehicle. For these performance tests, the first we're going to be doing is a 0 to 62 acceleration test, second a 62 to 0 brake test, and lastly a top speed run, which I guarantee this vehicle, with a turbocharged Mitsubishi Cyclone engine, it'll probably reach its top speed, even though this is somewhat of a short highway right here. So right now, get ready to start off the acceleration test of this vehicle. Now, hit the gas pedal, minor turbo lag, but holy ECS, that really kicked in and nearly slowed down the vehicle. 0 to 62 in 6.93 seconds of 312.25 feet. It's kind of mediocre, but for a brake test, let's get that going. Set the cruise control to 62. Good. Now, on the brakes, and zeroed out. 62 to 0 in 2.63 seconds of 108.33 feet. It's pretty much typical of this type of vehicle. These big of a brakes, this heavy vehicle, seems pretty average. So for the top speed run, I'm going to recover myself right here, and good, it stayed in the sport mode for the ECS system and hit the gas right now. And I swear if we get a better 0 to 62 going right here, and ECS is still doing its job, so screw that. Oh no, we got it better, 6.68 seconds. That seems better. Alright, let's make things interesting. Get an interior view of it just doing a top speed run. If a top speed run is a success or a fail, just crash somewhere to end its misery. So 150 miles an hour in 5th gear, we're gonna get it. 160 right now, and wait for it for the red line, and topped out 166 miles an hour. Speedometer says 167. Let's pause it right here and get a crash test at the little gantry right here for the road signs, the exit of the highway, and all that stuff. So get a camera right here, 100 times slow-mo, go. Here it comes the Neon going super slow at 165 miles an hour, and bang, there goes the front. Through the front, it's compromised the front passenger seats and the rear passenger seats, so the entirety of the vehicle is... There goes the engine. Oh my god, that is a first of an automation vehicle. So the entire car is through the... almost through the pole. Like half of it is inside the pole, and we're stuck, so full time. And like that, we have killed the engine, and hello, Mr. Massachusetts license plate, it just popped out of nowhere. So we hella, oh my god, wrapped around this here pole for the gantry right here. So let me try to free this out and show you the aftermath of the destruction. It's F7, so F7 right here, and that's an interior crash, or my interior view, whatever. So for the results of this crash, bro, look at the front end and the side of the vehicle. This doesn't make sense. You got the side of the vehicle, and you got the front right here. It just doesn't make sense. What? Oh my god. Bro, this got bent at a 90-degree angle. This doesn't make sense whatsoever. You got parts of the brake caliper right here. Is this separated? Sort of. Damn, that is the worst type of collision I've ever seen this vehicle. And are those my indicators? No, that's part of the highway. So that is the engine right there. Hella destroyed and almost separated from the vehicle. So checking out the rear seems almost clean. Some deformation, the roof there, right side okay. Let's check the interior. It's, okay. The front passengers, driver and right passenger, they are dead, and the freaking rear view mirror is also deformed. The backseat drivers, or the backseat passengers, I meant, they would survive despite the extremely high G-forces and the pole going straight through the vehicle, so I think they'll have a very, very slim chance of living, but they'll probably have been dead in that vehicle. So overall, a complete mess and an interesting crashing in that pole. So right now, let's stay on this map here. We're doing a time trial run here at West Coast, USA, and fortunately, that was right on the top there. Let's do something new with the time trial layouts by going to the highway endurance mode right here in the early noon hours. So take you to the starting line right now. So here we are at the starting line right here. We got ourselves a starting line right here, or right behind it. A little sandwich board right here with a couple flags right here. Okay, this is pretty interesting. We got ourselves a grand entrance of the starting line here at this endurance track right here, the highway. So get ready to start this here time trial off in 3, 2, 1. Get a launch going. Go. Launch was worthless. It also turned off ECS and everything. ECS and traction control to get the most out of this vehicle. And it's going to be pretty of an interesting one, going at high speeds in this vehicle, going through every single highway out here, get the entire stretch of the highway and understeer. Well, that's a good way to learn a track, just crash into it at high speed, so redo. Alright, take it slow. 80-something miles an hour. Start turning. Some minor understeer because it's a front-wheel drive vehicle. Front-wheel drive lives matter, and we're okay. Another fast one right there, but we're okay. Now we're at this highway section where it's normally closed because of the quote-unquote destruction, or construction I meant. I'm dumb. And now it looks like we gotta make a right turn out of this here exit to Belasco Canal Streets, but Belasco City. And we go straight, so straight here, left, right here, and just keep on going. Add pole. Damn it, I killed the engine. This is gonna be a long one, folks. Alright, going a little hot here, and better. Didn't crash the pole again. See, with the vehicle, how this is understeering pretty good. I mean, these are not like some beefy 200 whatever millimeter tires. These are just basic 205s, usually see in like most road cars. Because I think the actual SRT-4 Neon used like 225s or something, somewhere around those lines, I think. They use like those size of tires. Because you need like those beefy-ass tires, a good amount of cornering G, so you're not losing a whole lot of speed going into corners here, or just slowing down a whole lot just to make a simple corner. Brake, brake, brake. Deja vu. Holy fidget spinner. Here we go. 50 mile an hour speed limit, but we're still okay. We're over speeding, going 20 over the speed limit, but we're okay. And still okay, so we gotta go left here thanks to this construction. Screw you, construction. Probably wait for another update so that construction will be over with. Probably give them another couple of years or whatever, depending on their time length and everything with the map there, with the basically the time frame of updating this map here. Going through another tunnel, yay, with these frickin' supports right here. This is gonna be even more dicey. Just don't steer too hard, so you're not... Okay, so you're not going into those little pillars right there, or going into the wall to my right if I'm understeering too hard. Yeah, even the headlights work pretty good, but who even needs them anyways? You got this lit-ass tunnel right here, and right now we're out of the tunnel, and we got daylight right here, so screw the headlights. I think this might be the last stretch of highway I have to take. Let's see, we got another tunnel right here, so maybe this stretch right here, like a couple more miles, or like 5 more checkpoints to go, and then we'll be done with this race here. We're at the 4-minute mark, 4 minute 5 seconds right now, and I'm kind of going to dirt here, try to maximize my corner, the apex this corner, both through that stop sign, who cares? And with the new interchange right here, okay, I think this will take me to the toll booth gates, which I believe it's where... No, it's not. Well, if I go the other way, then it'll take me to the toll booth gates, so nope. This ain't it, Chief. Alright, got some brake fading for the first time in this time trial. Listen to that. 500 degrees, and we got some faded-ass brakes. Time to change them pads, brother. They're 3 pistons, 315mm front brakes, and we got the fading. Just... Okay, I didn't do it that time. It kind of hurt a little bit, but... It's a front left. Okay, front left's healthy. Hop the curb. Whew. When in doubt, hop the curb when things go real south. And I'll get back on the right side of the road, get away from the curb, but don't pop the curb, and we're still doing okay. 6-minute mark, almost as of right now. Right now, 5:52, so we're getting there. I swear, is this the finish line up ahead? Like, this looks very familiar. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. We got a time of 6 minutes, 14 seconds, 143 milliseconds. Finally. With all them crashes, even though this is my first time on this time trial run right here at this layout, still did okay. A 614 seems okay, despite some minor understeering because of the front-wheel drive vehicle, but I'm kind of happy with the results. Let's just go as is. Interior crash, crashing this pole at a high speed. I think it was going like 140, so right here, right now. Through the pole, there's the engine, and I'm in the pole. Where's the pole even at? At the back of the vehicle, so I think I went through the pole, and this is where I'm at. Right here, right now. So let's get out of here, free roam, and there we go. Kill the engine, and here we go with this vehicle. Hazards are going off because impact detected stopping car. Hey, look at the damage. It seems pretty interesting for a pole crash right here, especially with a street lamp pole. Not a whole lot of front damage, but we got some body crinkling with the vehicle. Left side seems aight. The rear, okay, we got a missing taillight, technically a missing taillight. That thing's jiggling like crazy at the back end. Right side's okay despite the right rear tire going way up. And lastly, we got the Tycoon engine right here. And that is pretty much it with this here vehicle. So last part of the video, let's take this down to Leap of Death to see if Dodge will approve a car like this for their SRT lineup, even though SRT is basically gone with the Stellantis merger, unfortunately. Alright, here we got the Neon. Drive straight right now. Pretty straightforward, so go skateboarding down the top of the hill here. Go flat right here, and into the ramp, I swear, 0 to 62. No, we didn't, 54 seconds. So, faceplant, right about, through the gap? Okay, this is interesting. 200 and, let's say 210 upon collision. So, 60 times slow-mo. Through, and, this is bad. So, this breaker cam, and just 4 times to full time. And get another hit right here, and 4 times. Boom, engine first, and that killed the engine. Guarantee it. Flatten right here, 2 times to full time. What's this full time at all? Yeah, we killed the engine. That is doing some ninjutsu, freaking fidget spinner type of stuff here with the vehicle and the engine. So hit right now. A brutal ass hit. We got some flatness with the roof of the vehicle and the vehicle in general. And are we gonna splash? Let's see. Are we gonna splash? Yeah, splash. Brutal ass splash, probably like a 220 mile an hour splash, so that's pretty interesting. I thought we were gonna like scrape the side of the cliff face and then splash, but we just splashed it as a whole, so that's pretty good. And the vehicle was still in motion while it was going down the water. So take a look at the destruction of the vehicle. This thing got flattened big time. It's like you I swear, it's like somebody had a hydraulic press and just like squished this down as a whole with the entirety of the roof and everything. I mean, this is like almost flat as a piece of paper, for Christ's sake. At every angle, it's just a polygonal, broken mess with this vehicle. The right side seems pretty healthy. You got some of the doors, the door structure intact. The front, I don't know what this is. Left side, don't know. Rear, don't know. But the right, I kind of know. But wow, that is an interesting ass crash into the water. So last part of the video, let's F7 right here and recover. So what I'm about to do is drive straight as fast as possible, and I'm going to freeze physics in a free cam, which I'm at right now. It is like spawn myself like right here at the top of this cliff to crash myself down the cliff and land back at the crater right here. So let's get the UI back, and I'm going to line myself up and get ready to accelerate at a very high speed. All right, I land myself, so let's get on going. Accelerate to first gear to second gear, and keep on going. Before we do any jumps, flips, or whatever, that's where we're going to stop. So right now. 83 miles an hour. It seems pretty good. So now, spawn myself right up here, and I'll take you to the top to crash ourselves down the crater again. Alright, here we are. Airborne at 83 miles an hour. Now, at the top of the cliff here, and we're gonna go really, really far compared to the ramp portion right here where you spawn at, but this is gonna be a brutal one. Let's just do a camera as is at 8 times slow-mo. So, crash right now. Shearing off the right side, impact detected, stopping car. You got the lip right here. I swear. It killed the cameraman, ripped the cameraman, and I swear, a 2-piece or a 3-piece. We're going really far with this one. I think it's going to be a 3-piece, so slow myself down. Tire deflated, 8 time right here. Jesus Christ, killed the engine. Engine broken, tires deflated, so this to that, and we're going to be off-centered. Come on, get myself uncentered, and it's gonna be a hit right here, and here we go. Back at the bottom of the crater with like 4 or 5 hits just to get myself back to here, so that was quite of a quick one. Normally it takes me like 10 or whatever hits, and usually I get like stuck at like one of the crevices here, and then I have to like go to the node grabber and just like yeet this thing back at the crater, but we got it down here, which is pretty uncommon. So take a look at the destruction of the vehicle, the aftermath. The rear end held pretty much intact right here. We got some sick camber go right here at the right rear wheel. The right side, somewhat okay. The front end pretty much was kind of as bad as the first one when we splashed out of the water like a stupidly high speed. And the left side, a little bit. And here comes the tire. Hell of a tire. I think I may have missed. How about the interior? How would have this held up? We got the seat deformed, and we got the engine right up my right leg. So, nope. Back passengers, no way. You got that seat deformed, sub seats deformed, more polygons deformed, so no way, Jose. So that'll do it with automation at BeamNG.drive with the Dodge Neon SRT-6. For a first-gen impression of the Dodge Neon back in the day, this seems pretty acceptable, even though it's got some modifications to make it SRT look, like an SRT type of vibe, with some extensive body modifications to make it sportier and more aerodynamic and also powerful. It handles alright, even though it's got some understeering because of a front-wheel drive vehicle with some average economical tires, tube 205s in the front and back, with some 17-inch rims, but who even cares about that? So overall, the vehicle, it's good, but not the greatest in terms of performance and handling, but I'll just pretty much accept it right then and there. And for those who are interested in this type of content, please be sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on any videos like this in the future. And also, check out my social media down in the description below. So this has been Mr. Jack 000. I'll see you in the next video.